Welcome, Rangers. I'm Marshal Darius Kwan, and this here's Sergei Greatsky.
Good to meet you, Rangers. Glad to see some friendly faces. Been rough around here these last few days. Dorsey's attacked us too. Snuck inside Colorado Springs and killed a lot of people. Situation's under control now. Mostly.
No idea. Something must have triggered the old security system. Trouble is, there's a bunch of angry robots guarding the computer that shuts them off. How you deal with them is your call. Your base, your rules. Yep. Noisy alarms and all. Courtesy of the Patriarch. We can talk more once we get a little peace and quiet.
Alarm! 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 Fire 8 alarm! A warning to you in the Uber. Visit a secure government facility you commit trespassing against before foreignation or you will be disappointed. Negative. Servitors began a week ago after a prolonged glitch with power restored. We are prepared to destroy foul interlopers such as yourself. Incorrect. Servitor Tarp Warroop. Because order was given to Tarp Warroop. You are foolish. You are invalid.
Well done, Rangers. Good to see the place up and running. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The reason you're here. As you may know, I have a daughter and 2 sons. Liberty, Valor, and Victory. 2 of them conspired against me, and the third blackens the Buchanan name with every breath he takes. Consequently, I banished him. They've been skulking in the shadows ever since, but lately there's been rumors that I'm on my last legs. Lies, of course, but apparently my dear children believe them, and they've started making new plans. What? You think I want to kill my kids? You think I'm even afraid of them? I'm not worried about my children defeating me, Rangers. They won't. Not even Liberty. What worries me is the destruction they'll wreak as they fail. They'll tear my land and my people to shreds. They'll burn everything I've accomplished to ash. That's why they have to be stopped before they can start. That's why you, Rangers, have to find them and bring them home to me ASAP. And when I say bring them home, I mean bring them home alive. They're my blood. Kill them and we'll have a problem. Do I make myself clear? Good. Then let me tell you where they are. Victory's holed up in Aspen, Valor's under the protection of the Gippers in Denver, and Liberty's raising an army against me somewhere out on the Eastern Plains. Anything else you need to know? Uh-huh. Possibly. But I know the Dorseys from the old days. They don't take orders well. Then again, I wouldn't have guessed they'd have the guts to attack both you and Colorado Springs at the same time. So somebody put some fire in them. The last dregs of a treacherous family. Thought I'd wiped them out years ago, but mistakes linger, Rangers. I know that better than most. My staff and I coordinated the details of your arrival using coded transmissions on radio frequencies we thought were secure. Obviously, they were not. And you paid for it. I take full responsibility. Good. What else do you need? What do you want to know? Divided loyalty, that's why. I trust my guards, but they don't leave my side. Ever. Everybody else is making plans for when I'm gone. The 100 families, the Gippers, the Marshals, they're all out for themselves. And they know my kids would make good figureheads, give them some legitimacy. Any Coloradan I send to bring Vic, Val, and Libby back home might think they'll get a better deal elsewhere. But not you. I'm the only one who can save your people. Nobody else can get supplies to Arizona before they starve to death. That's why it's you who's doing this. You've got the only loyalty that works. The loyalty of self-interest. Boy's never been right in the head. Since he was a baby, he'd torture cats, terrorize the servants, set the house on fire, and he's only got worse. The things he's done to the women he finds. Anyway, I finally had enough and put the little monster under house arrest up in Aspen. Guess they weren't prepared because he escaped a while ago and then came back with a gang of freaks and turned the place into a slaughterhouse. Now he's on the radio, laughing about what he's gonna do to his hostages and daring me to come after him. He, claims he's captured some rangers as well. Don't get your hopes up. Vic likes to play with hostages. Might not be much left by the time you find them. Soft, spoiled, fiddled with computers all day instead of learning the arts of diplomacy and war. Finally packed him off when he accidentally crashed my security systems right before his sister's little coup attempt. Made him my official ambassador to the Gippers, hoping he'd do to their systems what he'd done to mine. That was a mistake. He took his revenge by convincing them to cut off oil shipments to my city. No oil means no heat, no light, and no food for my people. So getting Valor back and resuming oil shipments from the Gippers has to happen now. No, but the Gippers are tough and well-armed, and Denver's a death trap. Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. Problem is, she'd run it as a goddamn slave state. Everyone in chains, everyone working for her. Wouldn't worry about her for now, though. Best to wait until you got a little more firepower. She's gonna be well protected. She's already tried once. Got all the way to the palace steps before we chased her off. She's been licking her wounds out east ever since. You'd better. Anything else? Of course. Now, if you want a chance to impress me and maybe get a little payback, that call I got outside was from Sheriff Daisy, the head of the marshals in Colorado Springs. She's having trouble rousting some Dorseys who have been holed up in the Garden of the Gods since their raid fell apart. Why don't you go give her a hand? Show us what the Rangers can do. Cocky, huh? Well, cocky's good. As long as you can back it up. All right, let's move out.
Rangers, come talk to me when you've got a moment. Want to discuss staffing and recruiting, that kind of thing. Good job, Rangers. Nice to be able to hear ourselves think again. And now that it's quiet enough to talk, let me reintroduce you to the great Sergei Greatsky, who's going to be helping you with personnel.
Hi again, Rangers. Damn sorry about your people. But now that you're here, we'll do what we can to get you back on your feet and find you some new recruits, just like the Patriarch promised you. And I already got you one of the best. Meet Marcelo Gonzalez, electronics wizard, radio technician, and former dispatcher for the Marshals. He'll be your radio operator.
Howdy, Rangers. While you were dealing with the alarms, I took the liberty of installing a combat AI in your vehicle. Should help you out. If you want to chat, I'll be in the operations room getting things up and running.
Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad? My advice is to put together a squad with complementary skills. Nobody can be great at everything. So pick recruits who are good at things your current team isn't. And you can always round out your squad with folks you meet along the way. Keep that in mind when you're choosing from the recruits I've rounded up. Listen, I can get you all the fighting troops you need. But if you meet any talented people in your travels, don't hesitate to sign them up. Now that we've got that sorted, let's talk about the next steps. Now, you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it. Perfect. That'll give you a chance to see if any of the junk around here is worth keeping before I toss it all out. After that, you might want to give Sheriff Daisy a hand. If you impress her, maybe she'll hook you up with some specialist for the base. Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
One sec. Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are gonna need as much help in the field as you will here in HQ. So, what if I joined your squad? At least until you find your feet. Well, I know this city like the back of my hand. And this city knows me. My time in the Marshals means I've got connections and trusted informants everywhere. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent scrapper. And, though it hurts my civic pride to say it, there are places around here where those things might come in handy. Great. I'm at your disposal. Lead the way.
Systems active. Systems active. Systems active. Greetings, Rangers.
It's not fair.
Please! My son's not a Dorsey! Let him go!
How does it feel now?
You don't look like marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch? Then maybe the magistrate will listen to you. Judge Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains. He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you. Please, help my son! Bastards!
Taunt the prisoners all you want. They deserve it.
Dorsey scum!
Taunt the prisoners all you want.
Bastards!
They deserve it.
I hope you...
Mom? Sorry. Never mind. Bye.
No regret, no repentance.
This kid's going in the pillories next.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind. Made a real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us. People here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food and some kindness and asked me to do some vandalism. I figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am. Mom would have tucked me out of it. We were starving, no two ways about it. We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives. Yep, reckon so. No, I was never no desperado. Don't rightly know why I let myself get caught up in this. But if I'm to die, I'd at least like to do that right. Gonna do that like a man. Magistrate tells me it's death. They're gonna strip me down and tie me to those things. And they're gonna let the cold do its work. I wonder if it'll hurt.
Wish I could tell you it won't, kid. But that'd be a lie.
Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process. Guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you back in hard work, if you'll have me. I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped. Nice talking to you.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey Raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy. His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience. You wish to compensate the city and the owners of the damaged properties for their losses. I can facilitate that. That's the price in Colorado dollars. Understand that the law cannot wait until you have the means to pay. The boy will go to the pillory soon. His time is short. My concern cannot be for his mother. It can only be for the law. Regrettable, but he chose this path, not I. Mercy. I do not see the word in my law books. The Patriarch has charged me to dispense justice, not mercy. Indeed.
Dorsey scum! It's not fair!
No mercy on your souls,
I hope you
no
die
regret,
slow!
no repentance!
Bastards!
Extra, extra! Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs!
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate. An invitation from the head of a family or authorization from the Patriarch. Until you have that, the gate stays closed. Broadmoor Heights and the Patriarch's Palace. Good day.
Martha, why else would I even keep a shotgun? Consarn it! You Dorsey peckerheads, get on out of there!
Hush up now, Josiah. You can't go in there alone. They'll kill you.
You think I can't handle myself? I've put down worse than these in my time.
Oh, since when? You've been a shopkeeper all your life. Will you help me talk some sense into this old fool? If he goes after those Dorseys, he'll get himself killed.
They're too busy. Besides, a man should be able to protect his own shop.
Thank you. Keep an old man from killing himself, will you?
Killing myself? Can't you pretend to have some faith in me, Martha? Especially in front of these soldier types? You do this, you'll get a nice discount at the shop. Assuming I still have a shop by the time it's all over. Well, go on then.
Shit, Hotlanders! We thought you was all dead! Back off! I done told you! Don't come any closer! Oh, fuck!
Here comes the pain train!
Phew, boy. Thanks again for taking care of those Dorseys. Say, if you got hurt in that scrap, you should see a friend of mine, Doc Parker. He set up a clinic in the Arapahoe garage, just outside the city gate. And here, a little token of our appreciation. Come on back after we reopen the shop.
This here's Market Square. The Arapahoe garage is just outside the city gates. My old friend Doc Parker set up a clinic there. Parker's the best doctor in town. Be a hell of an asset if we can persuade him to join the Rangers. Careful, though. The Doc is prickly at the best of times.
Snap and Jimmy Bob's still standing. New faces? Let me know if you need to restock. I hear there's still some Dorseys in the... Let's.
Dozens killed by Dorsey thugs. Murder! Families taken hostage.
Rangers, what brings you here? Excellent. This is the cost in Colorado dollars. This is irregular, but it is within my powers to grant you full custody of Austin Peace. Any further infractions he may commit are the Rangers' responsibility. I would recommend keeping him out of trouble. You should inform the boy. Best he hears the good news from you.
Still here. Not looking forward to what comes next. What? Are you serious? You really saved my life and I get to be a ranger? Soon as they let me free, I'm going straight to your headquarters. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Clean guns, scrub toilets, you name it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's not fair.
You Rangers are heroes.
It's not fair.
I'm gonna tell everyone what you did for my son. Thank you. Thank you.
He'll be dead.
Dorsey scum! Have mercy on your
Rangers,
soul!
stop
I hope
Dorsey's
you
on
die
Hell's
alone.
Gates. Patriarch
How
alive
does
and
it feel
safe.
now?
You got business with McTavish? Come into the machine shop. If not, then fuck off.
dorsey scum!
Get your Colorado Patriot here, hot off the press. Extra, extra! Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs!
Murderer! Rangers, what brings you here? They are the only instrument of justice we need. Serious offenders die by exposure. Sometimes I might grant a reprieve after frostbiters claim their extremities. Oh, to the contrary. It is more merciful than the punishments meted out by the mountain clans or the gangs of the plains. If we did any less, they would see our nation as weak. And in Colorado, weakness is death. As much as we might long for the world before the bombs, when justice was not so cruel, that is not the world we inhabit.
And let's be honest, Judge. You kind of like it too, don't you?
No, I do not. I only do what the law commands.
And since you're the law around here, I guess you're your own boss.
I follow principles set forth at the second founding of this city, as you know very well. Without our laws and the penalties to enforce them, we're no better than the Wastelanders. Indeed. Rangers, what brings you here? They are the only instrument. Proceed. Indeed.
Dozens killed by Dorsey thugs. Family brave marshals stopped Dorsey's at Palace Gates. Patriarch alive and safe.
Hey, take a look at what these marshals and Dorsey's got on them.
Those marshals were colleagues of mine. I'm gonna guess you didn't kill them, but you need to put all those valuables back and walk away.
Fat chance. We got guns and ammo now. We don't take orders from marshals no more.
Assessing the target. Taking shelter. You started it. We'll finish it. Bury me with the money. Ready to engage.
High fire!
said we're closed till further notice.
Jesus, loaves and fishes, Christ! That's a bomb under my stall, ain't it? Crab cakes! Well, I guess that takes care of the landmine. I'm back in business. Welcome to the freshly reopened Taiwan Jones's Emporium! We have everything you need, just for the asking, and... You didn't hear this from me, Franz, but word is there's still Dorseys all around the city waiting to jump innocents such as yourself. Be sure to stock up with me, yeah? Sardinely.
Always something breaking.
Oh, you want to talk to Mama? She's the one in charge. Oh, you want to talk to Mama? She's the one in charge.
You got business with Mama Carter? Ha! No, you don't. Come back when you do. Until then, scram.
Did you see the Dorseys almost blow up the statue?
Yeah, I was hiding under the bookseller's stall. Marshall stopped him at the last second.
Wouldn't be Market Square without it.
Your Colorado Patriot here, hot off the press.
How does it feel now?
Fuck off. We're busy.
Get the fuck out of here!
Did I stutter? I said, fuck off. Did I stutter? I said, did I stutter? I said, fuck off. Hey, hands off, assholes.
Can hardly wait to get back inside.
I always get stuck with the hope the cleanup crew gets here soon. I always get stuck with the shit patrols. Guarding a bunch of dead Dorseys.
If it's too dangerous for you, Marshals, maybe I should go in there myself. Sheriff Daisy! Sheriff!
Miss, please.
I've had enough of this. Why won't you people do anything?
Well, now you must be the Rangers. I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass, especially at a time like this. I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped 'em good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages. Thing is, I lost a lot of marshals. My boys and girls are tired and beat up. You want to make some fast friends around here? You could go into the garden and speak to those Dorseys for us. Maybe find out how the hell they got into the city in the first place.
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
And I'm glad to hear it. The job's easy enough, if you like using bullets. Now, the Dorsey's hostages are from the fancy side of town. 100 Families folk. Try to get 'em out of there alive, or I'll never hear the fucking end of it. And please, take young Miss Weston with you. I need that girl out of my hair. In fact, I'm gonna insist. I'm telling Lupinski not to let you into the garden without her. But don't worry. Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers.
I'm not sure why the sheriff didn't assign me marshals, but, well, beggars can't be choosers. I am the Miss Wesson she spoke of. Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. As Sheriff Daisy told you, they and some of our neighbors were taken hostage by the Dorseys, and I mean to free them. All of them. So, I am ready when you are. It's a project of the Ward family, a showcase for their know-how. They grow food there using the latest technologies. Colorado Springs leads the world in science. But there are plenty of places to hide in the garden. The Dorseys could be laying for us anywhere. We shall have to be cautious.
Certainly. My father taught me to shoot almost before I could walk, and I'm the best shot in the city.
Oh, it's true. She's a prodigy, all right. Also a pain in the ass.
No. But I have hunted. There's no need to worry that I will be shy about pulling the trigger. I promise, strangers, if it is to save my family, I will not hesitate. At last.
Extra, extra! Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs! Dozens killed by Dorsey thugs! Families taken hostage!
Authorized personnel only. An invitation from the head of a family or authorization from the Patriarch. Until you have that, the gate stays closed. The attack on the city has everyone nervous. Until that's all settled down, good day.
Garden of the Gods is just north of Market Square. Marshal Lupinski should be out front.
I'm glad the merchants are already back to work.
No kidding. Dorsey's ransacked my house on the way out of town. All my food is gone.
That's rough. Say, I got a stockpile of some squirrel jerky. I could split it with you.
Oh, man. I appreciate it.
I heard we had some new arrivals wash on in. Military types, they said. Can't really see the difference between you and the ordinary class of mercs. Well, much as I'd love to shoot the shit with you tryhards, Sheriff Daisy said to let you go on in. So, go on. Give them Dorseys some hell.
Marshal Lupinski, I expect you to moderate your language in the presence of a young lady.
My apologies, Miss Weston. I meant no disrespect. Best of luck to you and your companions here. No room for amateurs in this town. You hear? No room.
Hello? Whoever just came up from the city, come in. This is Bellamy Ward. There are Dorseys all over the garden. I'm pinned down on a high ledge. Can you reach me? Oh, thank God. I'll call out if I see you.
Hey! You on the ledge! Hands up!
Oh no. They found me.
From there, or we're coming up!
You don't want to do that!
Oh yeah? Why not?
I've got this whole place rigged to blow! That's why!
Hey! Where did you come from? Back the hell off, or you're dead! You saying I'm a child? You're the one who's in for a whooping!
I'll find you, and I'll get you!
Salutations and stabbings!
Bleeding.
Feel my blades for that! No one takes Dorsey blood and lives!
What? Did the Patriarch send you? I'm sorry. I need to warn you. The Dorseys are gathering up ahead between the Gateway Rocks.
Bellamy! Bellamy, look at me! Have you seen my family? Are they here?
Lucia? I thought you were with your family. Oh, thank God you're not. Thank God. They went up ahead with their hostages, but... Lucia, I heard gunfire and screaming. You need to be ready for the worst.
If they've done anything to my people, I'm going to end them all.
Please do. I'll tell whatever I can to help. It's not much, but... My name is Bellamy Ward. I'm a scientist. I invented the solar collectors and experimental farms on top of the rocks. I was calibrating the solar arrays when the Dorseys came through here, herding their hostages with them. So I hid up here and kept out of sight. They're savages. Animals. They beat those people. Laughed at them when they begged for their lives. The kids were screaming, so they beat them too. Then they dragged them all further on, toward their camp. God, no, I was stalling for time. If I had a few hours and the right chemicals, though, I could have prepared quite a surprise for them. The PALs, photon amplification lenses. They harness and focus the ambient light. It's fascinating, actually. They polarize the waves and create constructive interference. Normally, they maintain a stable temperature for the plants, but they can be adjusted to help power the solar collectors, or even thaw frozen components. I once coupled a PAL with a dynamic cross-photon matrix. I was trying to cook some bison steaks, but it incinerated the whole fire pit, melted the entire grill. Goes to show what can happen if you put a decimal in the wrong place. I think they took everyone to their camp, just past the Gateway Rocks.
What about my family, Belle?
Last I saw them, they were all right. They were scared and a little banged up, but they were still alive. You saved my life. I won't forget it.
fucking flank! The bleeding will cleanse ya!
Free haircuts!
The deluge is coming for us all!
in that pit.
I'm Isaac Reed. On behalf of all of us here, I want to offer our unconditional surrender. As proof of our goodwill, I want to tell you that the culprits got into town with help from Farron Brygo's organization, and...
Isaac, how could you? How could you throw in with these people? How could you let them take my family? Where are my parents and my little brother?
They're in the grave you passed on the way here. They didn't suffer, Lucia. I promise. Baby, look, I didn't mean it to go this way. I tried to stop them. I really did. I begged.
Stop talking right now.
We thought we were in the right. The Dorseys promised that we could take down the Patriarch. They didn't say anything about murdering hostages.
What about all the other people they killed? Or was that part okay with you, Isaac?
It was Emilius Dorsey. He went looking for your family, Lucia. Your family especially. That's why I got you out of your house before the raid. I didn't want anything to happen to you.
You didn't want anything to happen to me? So you let savages abduct and murder my family. You knew what they meant to me. You knew what their loss would do to me.
But you're still alive, Lucia. Don't you see? You're still alive, and that's what matters most to me. He escaped. He took some vehicles and headed west into the mountains. I don't think he was planning to come back. We've been under the Patriarch's boot for 50 years. We say that the 100 families are in charge, but it's really just his family. Just him. I know you must think I'm a fuzzy-headed idealist, but this society's sick. It needs to change. Farron Brygo's gang helped them get into town. I don't know how or why. And I overheard Nelius say something about Liberty Buchanan, the Patriarch's daughter. I think she's going to attack Colorado Springs. It sounded like she's gathering an army out in the plains. Something way worse than the Dorseys.
I have heard enough. If your betrayal of my family was not sufficient, your treachery here most certainly is. In the name of the Patriarch, I sentence you.
Please, Lucia. I did this for you. All I ever meant was to help build a better world for you. For all of us. I can't tell you how much I regret. Please don't kill me. Please.
A better way? I can't think of one. Not after what he did to my family. You want to let him walk away from what he's done? I have justice right here in the palm of my hand. I am more than happy to mete it out. I would be delighted to be its instrument.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come in, November 1. This is Ranger HQ. We're getting reports of shooting in your last known location at Garden of the Gods. What's your status? Over. Copy that, November 1. Dispatching an arrest team now. Good job getting those sons of bitches. Over and out.
You let Isaac live? After he gave aid and comfort to the enemies of the Patriarch? After he helped them kill my family? You let him live? Why arrest him when you killed all those others? What made him special? I'll be the keeper of my own conscience, thank you. I am a grown woman. You have no right to make these decisions for me. Forgive me. I appreciate the thought. This is just difficult. I suppose you're right, though. It is better not to have such a thing weighing on my soul. But the people who are truly responsible, Neelius Dorsey and Liberty Buchanan, I will bring justice to their doors. Will you help me find them? You can count on my guns every step of the way. Of course. Good. You've got yourselves a bargain, Rangers. We should go after Neelius Dorsey first. Isaac said he headed west into the mountains. No doubt he plans to hole up at one of the old resorts from before the bombs fell. I don't think we're ready to face him yet, though. Neelius will be dug in, I expect, and he'll have all his best people with him. He only left behind the expendables in the garden.
I thought she said she was gonna follow orders, not give them.
For now, we should head back to the sheriff.
How's the family? Shut your hole. I knew you slept.
All I did was ask a few questions.
Hey, slow. Is it just me, or are the marshals cracking down on folks harder than before the Dorseys attack?
Ixnay on the article.
Brave Marshal stop Dorsey's at Palace Gates. Patriarch alive and safe.
Either of you ever worried? Hell yeah. I've always got a smile for the marshals and never piss them off. I stand by.
You know, Miss Wesson, the marshals could always do.
I think we should pull some marshals from Broadmoor.
I thought you
Put them
only
here in
took people who
downtown.
were...
I like your style, Rangers. I asked for a favor and you came through for me. Of course, I'd have liked it better if you sent Isaac Reed and his traitor friends to me, rather than locking them up in Ranger HQ. Seems to me that if somebody commits a crime in Colorado Springs, they should face Colorado Springs justice. And I sure would appreciate it if you keep that in mind for the future. Glad to hear that. I think we'll get along fine. Now, before I forget, let me introduce you to Hope Emerson. She heard all about you coming to town and she wants to join up. Ain't that right, Hope?
Pleasure's mine, Rangers. Ran the lockup in a little town called Amity on Colorado's eastern border. Figured I could do the same thing for you at your HQ, assuming you'll be arresting people now and then.
Amity got flattened by the scar collectors a while back, so Hope came west. Been trying to get her to join the marshals ever since, but she keeps turning me down flat. We have some differences when it comes to crime and punishment. But that aside, she's smart, honorable, and should be an asset to your organization.
Great. I'll head over to Ranger headquarters in a bit and start fixing up your brig. I can't think of a better way to serve than to ensure that our justice is fair, even to those who transgressed against it.
So, back to business. Did you find out how the Dorseys got into town? Well, since you already dealt with Isaac, let's concentrate on Brago. I'll never understand why the Patriarch let that rat set up shop here. Been nothing but trouble, so him making a deal with the Dorseys doesn't surprise me in the least. In fact, I had a hunch he might be involved, so I sent my best man over to his nightclub, the Little Vegas, to search for a connection. Say, what if I asked you Rangers to go to Little Vegas and check up on him? And if you happen to find proof that Brago helped the Dorseys while you're there, well, feel free to cuff the bastard and haul him in. Take down Brago for me, and I'll make sure your HQ gets the best-equipped armory this side of the Rockies. The marshal I sent to the Little Vegas is named Delgado. Family man and the best inspector I've got. Keep him safe, and I'll owe you another favor. Always a pleasure, Rangers.
Hear anything from your sis?
No, not exactly. They found her under a smashed market stall. She didn't get far.
Shit. I'm sorry. Fucking Dorseys.
Were you the ones who cleared the Dorseys out of the garden? Extra! Bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods!
Authorized personnel only. Good day.
Rangers hailed as heroes! Dorseys flee the city!
Look, Martha, it's our friends who helped us save the shop. What can I do for you? We've got some discounts with your name on them.
Let us live in Broadmoor. My business is doing pretty good these days.
Not a chance,
You want to talk
buddy.
to Mom?
Chaff like
She's
us
the
don't
one
get
in
to
charge.
live with the Yeah, it doesn't matter how much money you got. If you don't have 100 families left, you're down here with the rest of us.
Bet this is all Joe's fault.
Hostages murdered by Dorsey thugs. Weston family confirmed dead.
Thanks for talking to me, Rangers. And I'm grateful to Daisy for the introduction. I hope I can be of some use to you. I thought there might be a bit of a job interview first, but if you're ready for me, I'm ready to start. Thank you. I'll be there as soon as I make my goodbyes here. Looking forward to working with you.
Hey, you ever hear those stories about...
Got any good news, Rangers? I sure could use some. Roger that.
Oh, I believe, man. I believe.
Looking forward to working with you, Rangers.
Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods! Rangers hailed as heroes! Dorsey's flee the city!
So he runs out and starts trying to hose down the damn propane tank. Until we upgrade this
What?
joint.
No. What the heck is wrong with these frontier men?
Always
No
something
idea.
else to fix.
Luckily, I stopped.
Hey, Jimmy. Glad to see you're okay. Dorsey's didn't get this far?
Yeah, they didn't bother with us. They were after folks wearing badges like yours. I would have shot those Dorseys dead if they'd walked in my garage. Haven't seen your friends before. If you folks are looking for help with your vehicle, you've come to the right place. Anything for your vehicle. Have a look.
Except don't use gasoline. Yeah, well, she's smart enough to know that. Anyway, just a quick shot of flammable agent, a method for putting out the fire, and you're ready to keep going.
What can I do for you? Anything for your vehicle. Have a look.
And so what if she does? It just means I gotta work harder. Ain't no shame in that.
I'm gonna remind you that you said that.
This is Orestes Dorsey, calling the Rangers. You killed my brother Jarrett, remember? Then y'all ran off like cowards before I could find you. Well, now you're gonna come find me. Lest you want all of Colorado to hear me kill a bunch of innocent folk because you was too chicken to save them. Got a whole family trapped in their homestead. About 3 generations worth. And if you don't want them to be the next to die in the day you lose your blood, you better come up north and take their place. Dorseys don't bluff. And just to prove it, I caught one before they all got to the door. The rest of them go when I get bored, Rangers. So you better hurry, 'cause I was born restless.
Come in, November 1.
This is Arapahoe 44. We're pinned down on 25 south of Colorado Springs. 2 escorts killed, and these motherfuckers are circling back. Oh, fuck! Here they come!
44! Are you there, 44? The Rangers will get somebody to your location right away. Copy? 44! You copy? Lost contact. You heard them, November. And listen, this isn't just any convoy. A44 is hauling new power armor for the Marshals. It is. The Patriarch will expect us to make recovering that power armor our highest priority. Get there fast, and you should be able to save that cargo. Over and out.
Look, old lady, we just want to talk.
We can talk through the door just fine.
You also want to steal all your shit, maybe. But you know what? I think I'll keep the door closed.
Huh? Oh, shit! The Rangers! They got the jump on us! Let's get them! Easy now, cousins. Before we get to the killing, I'm gonna give these Hotlanders the chance to apologize. Go on, Rangers. Tell us how sorry you are. Act? This ain't no act. My name is Erastus Dorsey, of the Dorsey clan, and we were sent by God to find you, hunt you, and wipe you from the face of the earth. But now, you've gone and killed my brother, so I'm adding my own wrath to the wrath of God. This ain't just the deluge of blood anymore. It's vengeance! I'm gonna peel off an inch of your skin for every tear I shed over the death of that poor, sweet angel boy. And Rangers, I shed 1,000. You taunting me again with Jarrett's death? Oh, then the time for talking is over. God says it's time for the skinning knife. Your death will brace yourselves.
Here comes the pain train.
For that!
Damn it! Ain't got time to bleed.
Executing order. Executing order.
Dorsey's still breathing!
Can't be stopped!
Executing order.
Thanks for the help, strangers. We ain't seen a scrap like that in, what, 10 years?
12, I reckon. But where's our manners? My name's Avie Hoon, and this here's my husband Angus. You strangers saved our whole family from those bushwhackers, except for poor Dee Dee. Who are you folks anyway?
Desert Rangers? Well, that's a new one on me. But we're always the last to get news, living way up here.
Tell you what, we ain't got much money, but we got more bullets stashed than we'll ever need. Back when we were young, we were always saving for the next shootout.
That ain't near enough for saving our lives, but maybe it'll help keep you safe.
If you're ever up this way again, stop in and say hello. You're always welcome round here.
Much obliged.
Ranger HQ calling Team November. Come in. Yeah, listen. While we were going through the base, we found some refugees squatting in the barracks. They're refusing to leave and want to speak to whoever's in charge, which would be you. Can you come back and sort this out when you have a chance? Getting a little tense here. Thank you, Team November. See you soon then. Ranger HQ out.
Hey, Rangers! You tell your daddy, the Patriarch, that we robbed his convoy and got his marshal's power armor. Looks good on us, too. See you soon, Rangers. We got Colorado Springs in our sights. Oh, and we were very respectful of the caravan guards. You fucks were too lazy to come rescue. We built a shrine in their honor.
Team November, come in. Yeah, I got Ms. Wong, the manager at the Sands Lux Apartments, on the line. And this one might actually be something. Says she's got a tenant who might be making bombs in...
Shush, shush, shush. Let me talk to them. You're leaving out important details. It's the weirdo in apartment 3. He's gonna kill us all. There's all kinds of loud banging coming from his room. And he's not alone. He's got friends in there. They're planning something. I know it. Do you think I would have called you if the marshals had listened to me? They say I call too much. goddamn lazy good-for-nothings. Maybe there was nothing going on those other times, but this one's real. I'm sure of it. Come to the Sands Lux apartments now. That loony's liable to blow the whole place sky high.
Sorry, November. Over and out.
Huh? What do you mean by sorry?
Excuse me, are you Team November? I'm Del Hackett, and I speak for these people. We've been living here for months, and we've got nowhere to go. Please, will you let us stay?
Bad idea. I've been in their shoes, but this is a military base. If we have squatters everywhere, it'll be hard to keep discipline. Your recruits won't like it either.
The Patriarch's people don't care about people like us, but you're not beholden to them. Not intentionally. The Patriarch's people drove up to the base a few days ago, so we hid in here for a while. Then when Andy went to check if they left, all the doors slammed shut and the alarms started whooping. Don't know what happened. Been living in these ruins for weeks, and we never set anything off before. We're not welcome there. They already have too many mouths to feed, and more are always coming. We all farmed in the border country between Colorado and the plains. Thought we were safe out there, under the Patriarch's protection. Back then, the gangs feared the Patriarch. Not anymore. They burned our greenhouses and killed everyone who tried to fight them. No place left to run but here. For any of us. Of course. That's what I knew you'd say. We'll go to the city then. Beg for food like the others do. Won't be any more trouble for you. Come on, everyone. Gather up your things.
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm new.
Welcome aboard. Where you from?
Oh, around.
Yeah?
Don't trouble yourselves.
We all stay
We'll be
sharp.
gone when you come back.
How's it going out there, Marcelo? What's the radio telling you?
Ah, wish I could say it was the same old petty crimes of barroom brawl.
How so?
People are on edge these days. They hear how the Patriarch's sick, how his kids are crazy, and they're worried about the future. They can sense